So good day again. Today is a big one for me personally when it comes to maintenance on the Bonneville. So I'm going to do one of the most important things, I think. It's the valve clearance checks and of course the replacing the spark plugs. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos as a preparation thing and read the Haynes manual. And I'm still a little bit anxious in a healthy way, but I just take my time for it and have fun. You know, I think it's very important. And hopefully, like all other things so far I've done with it, it will be a huge satisfaction in the end, you know, to be proud of myself to have done this as an amateur, because as you can tell, I'm not a professional mechanic. Let's go. So this from the left side, so this one was here, this one was here, there is another one, stuck. It's just by pressing this metal spring, you have enough slack, you can easily disconnect the sensor. I'm having all the help in the world, but just the Haynes, and of course by help from YouTube, and especially actually Del Boy's Garage. I love that channel, and he's a professional clearly, and he gives a proper mindset to be able to do these kind of things. So thanks Del for bringing all your wisdom and your knowledge to the common people. So it really, it really makes all the difference. Else I would never have done this this job myself. Gently, without damaging any cables. Just for precautions, I know it's clipped here, so, but since there was red tape on this side, I put red tape here, just to make sure. So now I'm going to just get everything away from the cover. So everything is going very well actually, just by really taking the steps slowly. I would normally have this frustrated mindset when it doesn't work and something gets stuck and I rip it off, you know, trying to force it. And most of the times you break more and then it takes obviously more effort even to repair everything. So far I've been very proud of this process. So now I'm going to remove the gasket cover. I'm saying gasket cover. The valve cover, I know, difficult. I'm going to remove the valve cover and place the bolts in the right order in the carton box. So because of the threads, apparently, I don't want to cross thread them. So if the bolt is in the wrong hole, I don't know if that's correct, apparently you can damage stuff. So I won't blame myself if something goes wrong. I think my intentions were right, and then it's all good, something like that. Okay, the bolts were 16 Newton meters, and according to the hinge it's 14. I'm no expert, but I think this looks good. This one as well. So just if anyone wants to do this job himself as well, or herself of course, you really need to remove this upper hose for the coolant. So coolant fluid is here, I think. Yeah, obviously. But this hose is really in the way because if you have to lift the cover, you need this empty space here, this free space, to slide it in to remove it. So I needed to put all the bolts back now. Obviously, because I don't want any fluid maybe escaping here and going into the engine. You know, that's would be terrible. So yeah, now I hope this will be fine to remove the hose here, so I can have the necessary space. So I made a noob mistake. I've bought a measuring tool. I don't know if you can see it like this, but this is like a, in the Netherlands we call them like a feeler body. But it's like it's a very precise measuring tool with increments of 0.05 millimeters, so very precise parts. And I thought that would be great for the valve check, but apparently when I'm looking at my schedule here, I don't know if you can see it correctly, but it's like for the exhaust, for the intake, it's like 0.05, that's okay, but then it's like 0.13, and that's already very difficult to measure. So maybe I'm too precise now, but I'm just figuring this stuff out, and I ordered another one that's going from 0.03, 0.04, etc. till 10, and then go up. So it's more precise, especially for these kinds of sensitive things. I thought it wouldn't hurt to wait a day. So tomorrow it will arrive if everything goes normal, and then I can continue. So yeah, let's hope for the best. So this was the feeling coach 2 days ago. I don't know if you can see it. I'm showing you this. This is like a 0.05, 0.10, 0.15, 0.20 millimeters, 0.25. So increments of 0.05 millimeters, which isn't best for valve clearances, which needed to measure 0.12 till 0.22 for the exhaust part, and the intakes is like 0.05 till 0.13. So it's not that precise enough. So I've waited for this one, and you can tell already it's very, it's more vulnerable. But the first increment is like 0.03, 0.04. I hope you can tell in the camera. 0.05, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it goes to 13. But obviously you can combine the smaller ones to actually reach all except 0.01 and 0.02, but the rest of the range is completely here. Wow, that's a big bird. Oh man. Stupid, stupid. Come. This big pigeon is flying here, which I don't want because of the engine is open. You will always tell it will shit in the engine, right, if it has a chance. So I made a drawing here. I hope you can see it. So this is the cylinder heads from the top with the front exhaust 1, 2 with the 4 valve clearances that need to be checked, A, B, C, D, between 0.12 and 0.22, and for the intakes 1 and 2 cylinders E, F, G, H, 0.05 and 0.13. I definitely know for sure this is more tight than this one. Oh. So 0.05 is okay for both. So let's go to 0.06. But this one now, it's starting to give some resistance. This is interesting. So this is more resistance actually than this one now. Interesting. So definitely 0.06 is giving more resistance than the 0.05. Yeah, that's too much. This one as well. Both 0.05. So that was G and H was 0.05. When I go to 0H, G and H, 0.5. This is exactly what I've measured. And the second time I measured a little bit more. That's the same as what I measure now, but now I did 0.05, 0.05. So here are the measurements. The first round, second round, third round and fourth round. So you can tell pretty same all 0.13. So that's a no-brainer. Then the cylinder 2 for the exhaust is like, this one is like off compared to the other rounds, so 0.12, 13, 13, 14, so this is a little bit weird, but the last check, and I did it extra double, 0.13, 0.14, so that's definitely the way to go. So the last 2 rounds were good. Then the intakes, 0.55, 0.55, 0.4 I have here, and the last one, which correlates to this one and this one, so I took 0.4, so it's average between these two, I guess, and this is definitely 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, so always except 1. So I take this one. So these are the measurements for the exhausts, if I say it correctly, yes. So there are 0.4, 0.13 average, which is definitely on the tight side. And these are the 4 measurements for the intakes, which is also on the tight side, very tight set actually. So yeah, unfortunately they all have to get removed, replaced. At least that's my opinion. So yeah, well, it's the first time I do the valve check. I'm definitely sure I bought the bike when it had like 6,000 kilometers on it, so I'm pretty sure they haven't checked the valves in that period. But this is the first time the valves have needed to be checked. And what I've read and heard from everyone so far is in the first inspection, most of the times you need to replace stuff, and then the rest of the lifespan of the bike you need to just check it, and sometimes you need to replace something. So obviously this is the one that was expected. Yeah. So now I'm going to check the bushes, or how they called, the discs. I bought a tool. So actually this tool looks sophisticated. It's pretty basic and very cheap. So I just removed the first two shims from under the rocker arm, and actually these two, so they are now gone. And already the first one, I put a screwdriver with a little bit of grease on top, so according to the hinge manual, it should stick to the screwdriver, but it already jumped off on this one. So I'm a lucky man, but at the same time, this is a warning, because if it would fall into the hole, of course, into the engine, I would have a big problem. So I think I might use a magnetic tool instead. I'm not fond of it because of other people explaining that when you use a magnetic tool to get the shims out, obviously the shims become magnetic, and then they can draw a lot of some smaller aluminium particles, you know, which would still be in the engine instead of getting released when you do an oil swap. So, but this was a lucky call, so maybe I need to do, because there is no gap or any dent in the spring, or how do you call it? So you can't lift it with a screwdriver or like with a plier or something. So you really need to, I think, use a magnetic tool. So yeah. So let's release this rocker slowly. So this is 2.32, 2.040. .240. Look, 240. I'm not sure if you can see it. 40. Yes. This is the 232. 232. Yes. Correct. Tighten the inner first, it says. Unfortunately, my torque wrench doesn't have enough space here, so I need to do it by feel, which I'm not really happy with. So just for me, it's enough is enough. I will buy a smaller torque wrench. I was postponing that. So that's one down. Now only this one yet left. And I'm doing this off camera because of the workability around the camera. So this is an overview of all the measurements so far. On the left side you see all the gaps I've measured, all the shims at a current location. So this way I know, thanks to other channels, which is where in relation to the gaps. So I can like relocate A to G, for instance, if it's necessary to get this one within spec again. You know, that's the mindset. And you can see here that by relocating some shims, there were only like 5 new shims needed. So yeah, I will order them from a Triumph dealer. There is a little bit of a hesitation from my side between ordering individual shims from a Triumph dealer, like the brand, or just buying a whole box of different size shims. But I don't know about the quality part, you know, and since it's going into the engine, I just decided to go for the safe bet, you know, and just wait a little bit longer. When they arrive, I will put them in the engine. And then it's like cross my fingers and hopefully So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it or find it very interesting to at least see how an amateur goes into this kind of topic. And yeah, I hope you have a great day.